Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
Our first game. So we're going to start. These are going to be first one up, 1 Eastern, 12 Central, 10 Pacific. Late to announce whether the Tigers, but Joey Wentz looks like he'll get the ball today in this one, but the Rangers still a decisive favorite here. It looks like today at $1.50, maybe even $1.55. The total is 9 under 15.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm still going to go with this Rangers team being a little bit of the heavier favorite. They are winners of their last 8 of 10 games here. Been playing pretty well on the road. Again, it's one of those that they have the higher scoring offense here. They've been playing well in interleague. It's one of those that they kind of have trouble, the Tigers do, versus the right-handers. And then they run up against Dunning that's been, I think, looking pretty good. So for me, taking the Rangers today, minus 150.
Well, it should be pretty good position here, the Rangers. But man, just to me, the price just maybe a little tad too high for me is what I feel like. At $1.51, $1.55 now. Whoa, 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 whoa.
They hear another dog outside, so at least they are out of my hair for a little bit here.
Hello to Mark Lee as well. Ziggy wants to go over. That's how I'm going to look at this one. I'm going over. Oh, God. Might be an incident at the
I'm about to shut the door. Hey, go out. Sorry, I'll get him. Hold on.
That's the big one. All right, Ziggy's on the over here. Mike is on the Rangers. And Ziggy with a stat here on Dane Dunning and some of his numbers against Detroit. I just feel like it's just too high of a price at $1.50 or $1.55. Even with this Texas team, and we know how Detroit's been going. So Fernando wants the over here. Butterscotch says he'll just lay it with Texas. He'll go team total over. He's got Texas having a big day, it sounds like here. Latifah wants to go over in this one. And everybody loves it. And there's Fernando's going to lay the run line here. Big time support. No doubt here for the Rangers today. And let's see. RC going over, Savannah on Texas. Solo, of course, can step in and take the Tigers.
Sorry, Nathan, about your ears bleeding from the loud barking on, a foot away from the microphone.
Mindy will be on the Rangers. I'm going to take the over in this one. Okay. I don't disagree with the Rangers. I just, just feels like a public, maybe a bit of a public team here today, and maybe that price just too uncomfortable for me. So we'll see.
Barking on. It's annoying. I'm doing my best. I shut the door. That's about all I can do.
Okay, Nathan says. Yeah, big Lucci look. All right. And Latifah liking the Rangers. Okay, and I'm on the over. Here we go.
Yep.
We're off and running.
All right.
All right, next up are your Angels. Jaime Buddy came through big time in that first start as a pretty big underdog, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And Lance Lynn here, still a disappointment, I would say, for Lynn. So the White Sox today are favored, minus $1.35, and this total has been going up slowly at now 9 over 20.
Yeah, so it's one of those that the Angels here have lost 5 of its last 7, while Chicago's won 5 of its last 6. They also, I think hit better versus right-handed pitching here as well. But for me, I'm going to actually look for the total to go under in this one. Like you said, Barrios played really well, 1.55 ERA. Angels bullpen a little bit better here as well. I know Lance Lynn's been a little bit disappointing, but he's also a guy here that we know can go ahead and pitch well as long as he keeps the runners on base. So he has to worry about this little 3.1 walks per 9 innings. That's the only thing that kind of worries me. If he could keep the guys off base, I think we'll be okay here. So for me, I like the under today.
All right, Mindy here taking the under in this one. Winning Wager joining us today. How you been, Winning Wager? Haven't seen him in a while, but here's Fernando on the Angels. Looks like Angels. A lot of support here in this one for the Angels so far. Here's Curtis with the under in this one, it looks like. Brett B likes a prop here. CTG, Angels, first 5 or money line. Is that full game money line maybe? Butterscotch, can't trust the Angels. They won the first one, lost the second one. And Rodney says, heavy concentration on the under. Maybe fade that, he says. But Mindy says, take it. Especially, this total is definitely going up. Feels like to me, as far as the number movement is concerned, Blake leaning under here. Oh, okay. Great. I understand now, Alec. Great. So, all right. Fernando on the under here. And Butterscotch also liking the under, Mindy. You're getting a lot of support for your play here in this one. Without that switch being allowed, games fly. Oh, the shift, is that what Lucci means, you think, Mindy? The shift is
Could be.
Yeah. Well, and again, but
Nintendo Switch.
Odds makers should be adjusting, I would say. Yeah. The shift, right. Odds makers should be adjusting, I would think, to what we've seen over the first 2 months of the season. I mentioned on our show on Monday and on Tony's show, it's time you can kind of look at the standings. That's what they always say. Just wait 2 months, but to look at the standings. So maybe we can look kind of at those numbers now too. So I don't know. Right now, overs are it's as negligible as you might think. Right now, I mean, there's been like 400 overs and pardon me,
Excuse me.
400 overs and 400 unders pretty much so far in the games, to be quite honest. So there's not really much of a trend. I think it actually is about maybe 10 or 15 games towards the overs, but not enough to make a huge difference, I would think. So, all right. Hello to FKD as well. All right. Mindy on the under here, and man, I want to take the Angels in this one, and I'm gonna. Saw some support for the Angels. I'll take the Angels. I've been wrong in this series so far, so not sure. Okay, now the Rays and Cubs in this one. The Rays $1.35, and the total is down to 8.5 over 20. Eflin's been, very good so far, or at least considering what the Rays were expecting. Well, pretty good. And as far as Steele is concerned, still Justin Steele is supposed to have pretty good numbers here, Mindy. But of course, the Rays are going to be favored on the road. I guess Steele alone is not enough to kind of keep it in line. Keep the line close. Rays $1.35.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It feels like we've been suddenly have to call whether or not we think teams are going to sweep, right? So I don't know. Is the Cubs going to be able to get this sweep on the Rays this afternoon? I don't know. It's going to be close, I think, but I'm going to give the Cubs a little bit of a chance here. I'm going to take them here on the run line, plus 1.5 runs, about minus 140 or so. I mean, they've been able to limit this Rays team for whatever reason to about 1 run in each of these games. Eflin, he's kind of, I think, struggled a little bit on the road here as well. But the Cubs, they don't hit real well, only like a 200 batting average. So it's going to be interesting to see how starting pitching will go. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup here between these two. Still, I'm expecting probably, not a whole lot of runs in this one either, but I'm going to take the Cubs with getting a little bit of extra, handicap here, plus 1.5.
All right, Mindy will take the Cubs here, and I'm going to agree. I was willing to take the Cubs here on the money line probably in this one. Maybe it's just been a tough go for the Rays here. And Ziggy here says Tampa Bay. I want to just highlight Mike Hawk jacking off. Says, let Mindy talk too. You talk too much, sir. Fair enough. I've been accused of that many a times. All right. Over for CTG here. And Double says Steele had trouble last time, but take a chance here with the Cubs. Butterscotch gives us that weather update here. And looks like blowing directly in from right field, 7 to 9 miles an hour. Temperatures in the mid 70s, probably, and kind of cooling as the game goes along. And the Rays hitting their biggest offensive slump right now in quite a while, it looks like. Brett B here today says under. And Butterscotch on the under as well, but Kyle on the over. Scotch will be with us here.
All
Taking
right.
that
Go,
plus
Scotch, go.
1.5, yeah. And take a look. All right, Mindy, we've got one here. We'll take the Cubs in this one on the run line with Justin Steele. Yeah. All right, the Guardians and the Orioles. So this one might be a little bit tough here. I'm showing.
Did they get anything yet?
Well, maybe it could be Austin Voth is one possibility today. It also could be Cole Irvin, not Jay Irvin, Cole Irvin. So that's about where we stand on it. Nothing official yet. In fact, I am seeing the line, though, starting to pop up. So I will update that. Bieber is about $1.15, 8/20, but still not sure on Baltimore. But that's the line starting to pop up. So I'm sure there's a pitcher out there, maybe that has been released, and I'll check Twitter maybe here as you're going. But and also could be 8/20, could be 8.5 under 20, but the Guardians are a slight favorite here.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that without knowing who this pitcher's going to be, you're going to have to basically kind of take a guess on what we think. Like you said, you gave us a couple options. I still think out of those options, we probably have Shane Bieber. That's a little bit better than, either of those. 2.97 ERA here this month. He's had some success here versus this Orioles team as well. 1.5 ERA, 3-1 record against them. So for me, I'll probably just go ahead and go on this Guardians money line. I guess Rodney says it is Voth today. So I think I feel pretty good about it. So going to take the Guardians here.
All right. Mindy in there on the Guardians in this one with Bieber on the road. And yeah, I'd like to know a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll take the challenge in this one because I have
I don't know. Right.
The Orioles here, maybe a little bit of a fade here against the Guardians and Bieber. So yeah, Yeah, Ziggy. Well, look, I think I trust, especially from uh, someone like who had it, who called it in there, saying
Rodney?
what was in there. Rodney did. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is, right there on the screen. Hello. So I'm going to actually. Thanks
Yeah,
to
I mean, you
Rodney.
guys know when it's undecided and we're giving picks, it's a buyer beware. So, I think you guys are smart enough to know all that.
Yeah. Well, Voth was the talk overnight, and again, he won't be in there long, I would think. So maybe we'll see a combination uh, of of Voth, and I would, like I said, the other would be Cole Irvin, possibly. As I looked at the pitchers that were available a little bit there, so a little bit tough. Better get it going. Game times in 5.5 hours. Hope they're ready. Everybody's starting to, all the players starting to show up. And hello to Jay Boone here today as well. The
Hello.
Butterscotch will go under. Ziggy will go under. And I'm seeing some 8.5s out there. I do see some 8 overs as well. Solo here on the over. And Fernando might take the Orioles, but he will take the over in this one. We'll take our challenge here.
Challenge.
All right, the Braves and Schuster minus 230 there for here we go again. This is obviously a big story because the Athletics are playing their best ball of the season, 2 straight.
Yeah,
And
I just thought it was going to be against the Astros. It didn't work that way.
right. Well, because you have and Schuster actually, it's been a little bit of an issue, I would think, so far. Now Caprillion, he's one of those guys that are perfect on the season as far as the A's are concerned. 6 starts, they've lost all 6 of his appearances. Some steam did come in on these Braves, probably driving it up there a little bit. I'm showing currently the line 239 over 20.
Yeah, the Braves are 1-4, and Jared Schuster starts this season, but maybe he's showing a little bit of improvement here on the mound in his last couple there as well. And you talked about the issues here for Caprillion. So for me, I think Schuster might go ahead and get his first win here today. I'm going to go back on the Braves. I'm going to go ahead and take them on the run line here, -1.5, about -140. So everyone can get the revenge back on this A's team today.
How could you, Mindy, go against these swinging A's?
Right. I know everyone's putting out those projections saying they're going to be 37 and 125 and such. So I think it's interesting. Those projections check me out.
And I did see one comment. I'm not going to call them out. I mean, there was a great commenter. I just forget who it was early on in the show. One of our regular, what might have been Ziggy, actually. I want to say, that the Athletics, no matter what, have the Scotch said it has a value. And I don't, Scott, I agree with just about everything Scotch says. I don't agree with that, actually, until,
you said,
until they're, right? If the Braves were minus 325 here or 350, I might agree, but I don't think there is value now the prices are great, but is there value there considering their winning percentage? I don't feel that there is. That doesn't mean that it's not great to take a plus $2 dog. I mean, that is no matter how bad the team, that's a great return if they can win. So here's Butterscotch on Atlanta with you. Ziggy on the Braves. Latifah says, oh yeah, Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And Brett not going to get involved. Michael Thompson here today going Atlanta in this one. Gosh, can I do it against these A's today? Who said Fernando going under? Londo's never going to bet the Braves.
Never.
He'll never even bet. He might be quitting betting. We're glad we got him here. Butterscotch on the over here. Rodney does not think it will be a sweep. Does feel weird though, because a day game today. At least that's baseball, right? I mean, you can come in and be totally garbage and then win against the hottest teams.
Yep.
We're the hottest teams in the league. That just goes to show us, right? All right. Yeah, is the price right here today? I'm not sure. Winning wager? I'm not sure now that the A's are the worst yet. We'll see. They might be able to pick it up a little bit. And Big Lucci's ready to go to the other side of the counter.
Yeah, he's got to look at
Look
Ramon's
at my sponsor video.
That's right, Ramon's sponsor video. Check it out.
You can be the man.
Be a bookie.
All
That's
right.
Cracks me up.
All right. RC doesn't necessarily like those day games. I'm going to have to make a choice here on this one. Tough with the Braves, the way they're rolling out here at this point. Caprillion hasn't done anything. Looks like everything's shading to the over in this one. I'm going to go under. Go a little bit contrarian here in this one. And I'll take the under. All right. Here's the Bucks and the Giants. Maybe the best pitching matchup of the day. Can you agree with me here on this one, Mindy? With Keller and Wood. Here we see the low total,
right?
7.5. Shaded to the over here, certainly. San Francisco is the favorite with Wood, but Keller's been pretty outstanding too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is going to be a good one. Like for me, I kind of tend to, shade to the under here, but I think the better pick for me today is going to be this plummeting Pirates team. I know they've dropped 7 of their last 10 now. It's one of those, I feel like San Francisco's maybe in a little bit of a groove here, but I do feel like today the Pirates have the better pitcher on the mound. Again, if I look at Alex Wood and that slugging percentage, it scares me a little bit. 409 slugging. He also has a FIP of 5.41. He has only 9.2 Ks per 9. Keller, on the other hand, has 11.9. Also gives up the 2.6 walks per 9 innings. I think they're going to struggle a little bit today, this Giants team. Also have the worst of the 2 bullpens here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Pirates. We're getting a little bit of plus money here.
Mindy on the Bucks here, so is Ziggy. Curtis says the under. Big Lucci says good value here on the Giants in this spot. Here's Kyle with a prop on that. Winning. Alex says you guys haven't given out any nerfies, and we just give out sides and totals on the show here, Alex, because maybe we could do a first 5. That's something that is covered at Tony's Picks. That's kind of the way we kind of cover it, because those are the types of picks that we sell. And also, I do not play any nerfies and yerfies because of the extremely high volatility of a 1-inning bet.
I only do if they give me you get a 20% increase if you bet this. So a lot of times I'll do it then.
Yeah, I don't want to be betting on whether the next pitch is a ball or a strike. I want as big of a window as I can get. Just too much happen. And it's definitely handicappable. And if anybody could do it, I'm definitely in favor of it. But to me, to bet on basically whether or not a run would score in a particular inning, that seems very difficult to do. It almost feels like a coin flip. A lot of times, and quite frankly, the odds reflect that, don't they? All right, and let's see here. Mitch Keller, Ks, 6.5 Ks or more. There's another. That's a couple of them, I think, that have been on that, huh? Londo had the Bucks last night. Michael Thompson on the Bucks. Fernando on the under. Mindy, I'm on the Bucks with you. Let's take him on the road. Mario, nice. How about Mario? First time he's able to chime in. It sounds like he listens to the show, maybe when he's in class. And
that's awesome. Listening to Professor in one ear, Professor Ramon in the other ear. That's not so bad.
Why were classes canceled? Was there a problem, Mario? Thank you for joining us. And hey, why don't you stop by next time once again when you have no class? As Rodney Dangerfield said in the movie. Hey, why don't you call me when you have no class?
Hey, that's pretty good, Ramon.
Yeah. All right. Looks like Nathan is going to take the Pirates as well. Great, Alex. Alec, well, you're welcome to share them here every time, and we will put them on the air, no doubt.
Right.
And, he's hitting 60%. I would, beautiful percentage
That's
there.
good. Right.
Awesome. That would probably, I think Alec
Then
probably
you
doing
can
this for a living is what it feels like to me. Butterscotch will take him on the run line just in case Howard is on Pittsburgh. Nice, Latifa. And Howard's on Pittsburgh with us, Mindy. We're on the Pirates here on the road with Keller. Cool. All right, the Nats and the Dodgers. Big favorite here for the Dodgers, 235. 9 over 30. This one is definitely on the rise. As far as the total's concerned, I would imagine this one is going to be reaching 9.5 under, which is just crazy when you think about it because Dodger totals were never really ever that high. Even as great as they can be, the West Coast games have always been. So you talk about the shift, the totals, and how high they've gone. I mean, to me, that's what this looks like. Now, granted, we do have Corbin, who everybody agrees now, right? And we're done with the narrative a little bit. The narrative is Corbin is doing a decent job, I would think, at this point. Syndergaard, pretty tough to trust him at 235, but he's a favorite.
Yeah, it's because Corbin has won 3 straight starts, but again, his numbers haven't really been good still all at the same time. It's going to be whether or not you could get this. I know the Dodgers lineup is deep, but it's if you could get the Nationals to score a little bit. I think they can, only because Syndergaard hasn't really been all that good here this season. So I am going to go ahead and take that total over. I'm going to go with the steam. I think it gets there today. Again, both of these pitchers here, high slugging percentages, lower, K percentages. Syndergaard only has a 10% K rate. That's pretty low in the national or in Major League Baseball. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the total.
Mindy goes over here, Nationals and Dodgers, and I will take the Nationals on the run line here at about even money, I would say. Here's Kyle going to take the Nats here. I see a bunch of overs from Solo and CTG. I'm not sure which game, but it feels like it might be this game.
Has to be this one.
Over 9. Latifa, yes, over. It does, yeah. You guys like runs. Mindy likes runs. You guys all like runs. Fernando, over. Scotch, over. Well, good thing I didn't take the challenge. I'd be embarrassed here.
He'll personally take the.
Latifa says consensus. It is a consensus play with you guys. I'm not going with you guys here. I think, like I said, I'm talking about the number. I'm talking about the number and how West Coast totals should be lower. It's not a statement. It feels like 9 and yeah. Mindy talked about it. The move continues to be on the over here. So I got scared just now when a note came up, like it does on the phone, and it had Al Pacino. Like early morning, you're like, oh my God, did Al Pacino? Did he pass? That'd be a surprise. He wasn't sick or anything. No, 83-year-old Al Pacino is set to become a father. Okay, there's hope for me yet. Here.
Oh man.
Again, I should say he's been as children. Okay, Fernando. I will take Washington with me here. FKD says Dodgers and over. And Lucci on the over. Big time support for your over, Mindy. No doubt about it. Tony on the over, Howard said. Dodgers with that offense. All right. I maybe got to take me off a premium when I was thinking I was thinking under in this game, you guys. You guys got me. You guys got me. I'm not going to make it. I'll be the guy that doesn't make it a consensus. Make sure tomorrow when we come on the show, we all talk about how the game went over and I cost us a play, Mindy, because I couldn't pull the trigger on it because the total just kept going too high for me, and I stood by my line. I stood by my line. That's all. I'm not saying it won't be close to 9 runs. Certainly. All right. Well, the Padres are going to be on the road against the Marlins here with Snell. Basically, if you put $100 on Snell every game, you're going to walk up to the counter and get about $30 back. That's not how betting works, but in general, I'm just saying that's how his season has been going. He's giving basically away 0.7 units per game every time you would try to bet on him. And Braxton Garrett, well, been okay, I would think, here for the Marlins. So Padres still favored on the road, $1.15 now, and the total is about 8.5 flat.
Yeah, Garrett's one of those that he has that 4.5 ERA, but on the home court, the home field there, he has a 7.5 ERA. So a little bit worse here at home on his splits, while Blake Snell is a little bit better, 4.38 instead of his 5.04 that he carries around here as well. It's going to be interesting to see. I still holding out hope, Ramon, that this Padres team finally finds their offense, right? That's what I keep looking for. I kind of feel like the Marlins have maybe hit a little bit of a stride, doing a little bit better here as of late. Padres still averaging, almost 5 runs of offense here a game. I'm going to go ahead and go over the total today. I just kind of feel like backing Snell's a little bit risky in this one. So going to go ahead and go over the total.
Yeah, we know the Marlins offense is pretty weak, but I've got to go over in this one. Maybe it'll be the Padres that can produce. Here's Brett. Brett likes Snell in this one. And yeah, the Marlins cost some people yesterday, huh? Brett, Marlins run line. Howard on the Padres. JD going totally against us here, says this will be a pitcher's duel.
Okay.
So, yeah, Garrett's numbers aren't great, but he definitely is a bit of a battler in there. That's the thing I like about him. Fernando on the over here. It's a lock, he says. Butterscotch on the over. I got to feel good about this, Mindy.
Yeah, we're getting some support. I like it.
And he took the under yesterday. All right. How about the Brewers and Julio Teheran in there? Take me back 10 years. Going up against Manoah, and Manoah's had some issues of late. In this one, Mindy, the favorite here is Manoah, $1.70, 9.5 over. Oh, it's moving higher here, no doubt. Steam came in on the over, and now I'm showing the total as high as 9.5 over 20, maybe even a tick higher. But the line's gone down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to touch that, only because I feel like this Jays offense suddenly can't find its way here, really. I can't really find a true edge here in this one for the Blue Jays, especially with Manoah. I've been trying to give him chances over and over again. Instead, he still settles in with a 7.23 ERA here at home. I'm going to go ahead and back the Brewers today. I'm going to give them a chance. I'll take them on the run line here, plus 1.5 runs, minus 120. Going with the Brewers.
All right, Mindy, on the Brewers here. Taking that 1.5 today against Toronto, and I got to agree with Mindy here. I want to take it as well. Maybe the Blue Jays are in a little bit of a funk. I will try Julio Teheran. Well, what can you say? He lost that game, but he wasn't awful, right?
Right.
So I even see a lot of Braves fans saying, hey, somehow let's get him back. Let's get him back. But the Brewers might be, well, they need him at this point because of the, injuries that are piling up to the Brewers rotation. So let's take him here. Manoah's definitely been a money burner. See what the chat has to say here.
Money burner.
Butterscotch on the over in this one. Ziggy's going to lay the 1.5, though. JD's with us. Take a 1.5. Howard says Manoa, garbage. Solo going over here. I don't know if I can disagree with that necessarily. Brett says under the K prop. CTG over a K prop. And Big Lucci, maybe Blue Jays today here. Fernando on the over. We're on the Brewers run line here.
All right. We haven't been on the Brewers in a while.
The Phillies on the road here against the Mets. Phillies, $1.15 with Nola. And the total 8.5 over, creeping up a little bit more now, even at 8.5, under 25. Steam came in on the over. It looks like it continues to move higher on the over. A little bit of money might have come in on the Mets here as the line's gone down a nickel or so.
Yeah, this is one where I just trust Aaron Nola way more than I do Carlos Carrasco here right now, even though I kind of feel like both of these pitchers haven't maybe performed to the level that we're used to. But it's one of those. Carrasco here has this ERA sitting at 10.24 at home, and you have the Mets team that has to, kind of been struggling to score runs here as of late. I think this is going to be a big day for the Phillies. It's one of those that, I almost want to take the Phillies on the run line here, laying that 1.5. I'll just go ahead and take them here on the money line. Like the Phillies a lot here today.
Ziggy on the Phils with you as well. You talked about some of the pitching issues, certainly for these pitchers. Nolan not living up to expectations. I'll take the over in this one, Mindy, before it gets too out of control. Maybe I can get it at look, 8.5. I thought it'd be 9. I saw some 9s out there, so I kind of like it right now. Even juiced up. Butterscotch on the Phillies. Fernando on the Phillies. Latifah's on the Phillies no matter what.
Right. It's her team. Since she's out of hockey, she's still sticking around in basketball, though.
Fernando goes over with me here. Latifah goes over as well. Alec wants the Phillies. All right. Mindy's on the over, and Mindy's on the Phillies, and I'm on the over. RC says
we agreed here on the Milwaukee Brewers game, so we took them on the run line. We agreed. Yeah. Consensus.
All right, Tony and I talked yesterday about the Reds and the Red Sox, shades of 1975. Mindy Game 7 was famously postponed due to rain, and it made everybody nervous and excited. Hey, the Reds here and the Red Sox, so going to be Red Sox a big favorite with Paxton, and nobody's sold on Paxton, I guess, just yet, obviously. The Red Sox here, though, they're down to $1.65. The move is on the Reds. The talk's been on the Reds. I've watched some shows already talking about it. Yeah, we're first on YouTube, but there's some shows out there, some videos out there. Total is now 10 over 20 in this one. So we're in Boston. I guess we're expecting some runs. We've got, pitchers. Maybe these guys are washed up. I don't know, but it's 165, 10 over 20.
Yeah, well, if you listen to our Game Day Pick show, Tony says he's like, I don't mess with the Reds here at all when they're going up against righties, but I'll take them when they're going up against lefties, right? They tend to just kind of beat up on these left-handed pitchers. But Paxton, though, he's been really good at home here as of late. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. The Reds have really given them a hard time here in this series. I still think it's going to be maybe a little bit more of a pitcher's duel in this one with Paxton. I think he's going to hold this score down. I'm going to go under the total here today.
All right, Mindy will take under with these two. It hasn't been pretty, but pretty big number, obviously. Here, 10 over 20. I'm going to take the Reds on the run line here. I'll just kind of side with what I've kind of heard today a little bit. Maybe I'm just not confident in that big price, especially considering what we've seen here in the series, right? So
Right.
let's see what the chat is going to do here with Fernando on the Reds. Scotch has got the lock here on the Reds run line.
All right.
Fernando going over. Ziggy, Red Sox money line. Lucci, Red Sox run line. Mixed opinions here, certainly in this one, despite that big price. And Ziggy said, Weaver's got a pretty high ERA versus those Red Sox. He probably got a high ERA against everybody at this point.
Okay.
But we know what he means in his career. And he's been around, so. Looks like Latif will take Cincinnati here. All right. Mindy on the under. I'm on the Reds on the run line. All right. Does Louis Varland pitch every other day? Louis Varland!
Perhaps.
Here, Twins and Astros. In this one, the Astros are favored, minus $1.75. Early steam came in on the under, but right now I'm showing this total at 8 over 20. There we go.
Did I miss you? Okay.
Twins and Astros here, Mindy, Varland, and Brown. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go with the under. So the previous team on the under, that's where I'm headed here. I think Varland has been pretty solid here thus far. 4.2 ERA. Hunter Brown, we know, has been pretty good himself. He has a 2.86 ERA here at home. Plus the Twins, only scoring maybe 3 to 4 runs a game. So going to go ahead and go with the under here.
All right, Mindy going under 8 runs. Twins, Astros. Fernando's going to agree with you here, it looks like. Looks like he can get 8.5 under. That'd be juiced up, certainly. Curtis likes the under here as well. I'll tell you this, the Sharps are going to be on the under in this one, I would think, but I'm not sure I can agree with Mindy and these Sharpies.
The Sharpies.
Butterscotch wants to lay the run line here. I don't want to lay the run line. I'm going to take the Astros on the money line at $1.75. Occasionally I'm going to give out this big price, and that's what I'm just doing today in this one. Brett says pitcher prop here. Ziggy wants to go over. Latifa wants to go over. Feels like they're kind of agreeing with me a little bit. I'm not disagreeing necessarily, but I don't know if I want under. But shop around. Make sure we get that 8.5 if you are going under. Astros money line with me here is Fernando. Big Lucci. What does he have? Oh, okay. And Fernando says he'll take the run line, actually. All right. Thanks for hanging on, everybody. We're just about through with the card. Appreciate all the picks. Here's the Rockies. And Denilson Lamet is going to get his first start of the season. He's had plenty of appearances so far with Colorado. This season in a relief role, but they're going to need him here. He's been a starter in the major leagues, certainly, going up against Tommy Henry and the Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks, pretty sharp move here for the Rockies. The game right now is Diamondbacks down to $1.60 or so, and the total 10 under 20.
All right. Well, I kind of expect Arizona here to hit pretty well against Lamet. It's one of those that I can't trust this Rockies bullpen. They've just been terrible. 6.91 ERA. I think the Diamondbacks blow them out here. I'm going to take them on the run line. -1.5 here. about -105, I think.
I scored the premium winner yesterday with the Diamondbacks on that run line. So here I'm going to go under, though. It feels like a freemium to me. I like this under a lot, and it probably make my card. If I didn't give it out here right now, I'm giving it out. I like this under with the Rockies and the Diamondbacks today. I like it pretty darn solid here at 10 runs. Z loves the over. Well, whoops.
Whoops.
Guess I got that one wrong, but Ziggy, let's pop it up there. Ziggy does like the over. I like the under a lot. I liked it as a premium. At least, I don't want to say at least now I'm giving it out on the show, but before I make a mistake and lose a baseball game premium, at least Z likes the over. Here's Butterscotch agreeing with you here. Mindy Latifa says Arizona. Looks like we're losing a little steam here from our group, so we're just about at the end here.
Right.
Michael to take the under with me here. All right, and it's a good one to wrap it up. Hasn't been a great series so far. The Yankees and the
unless you're a Yankees fan.
Well, I took the Yankees as a premium last night, and they've been mashing for 2 straight days here in Seattle, and Seattle's still a favorite. $1.40, 7.5 over 15.
Yeah, I'm going to give Seattle a try here. I don't know if they're going to get swept. They had been playing really, really well at home, but geez, starting pitching has just been awful for them. I mean, they've allowed this Yankees team to go out to big leads here in the first couple innings. So they really need Kirby to go ahead and step it up. It is one of those that both of these 2 pitchers, pitched at a pretty high K rate. Also, not too much on the slugging side. So it's one of those they either have soft contact or they're striking people out here as of late. I do think, though, Clark Schmidt, he's been the worst of the pitchers in these two here. And I think that Mariners lineup is still, themselves pretty dangerous. I'm going to go ahead and try the Mariners here.
Mindy on the Mariners minus $1.40. That doesn't feel real comfortable for me, especially how the Yankees have been mashing it. But I will go under in this one. Was hoping that would be 8, and I could get in there for a premium. I'm not sure I can now. So here we have Alex says, Yankees lose. Yankees lose. But they've been winning this series so far. Butterscotch on the Yankees. And Brett likes the Yankees.
You must be a little bit behind us.
Ziggy and I not
clicking today?
No. RC's got a Yurfee here. Fernando Mariners money line. Michael Thompson on the Yankees. Aaron's Judge is smashing. Fernando on the over here. I'm on the under. Mindy's on the Mariners. Show's just about over. That's all we've got at baseball.
Yeah, that's it. I was surprised. I know a WNBA today.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.